Hey there, it's Heather Hakes. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am sharing with you a secret technique on how to create the future reality you want now. Before we dive into today's teaching, I want to offer you a free video training on how to reprogram your subconscious mind. If you haven't grabbed it yet, you can get it directly on my website, heatherhakes.com, and in the description box below. Today, I want to share with you an ancient technique that has been used for decades and is still true today as it was then. Now, this is a Neville Goddard teaching and a Neville Goddard principle. Perhaps you've heard of it, the law of assumption. I want to explain exactly what it is, how I've personally used it in my life, but more importantly, how you can use this technique so you can create whatever desired results you want now. So let's talk about the law of assumption. From Neville Goddard's teachings, what he taught is that to assume the desired reality you already want is yours now. A modern day teaching, I think, is to think about acting as if. Now, this is not Cher from Clueless, but to act as if the thing you want, the finances, the relationship, the success is already yours. Now, what Neville Goddard taught, law of assumption, it's assuming it's already yours. So his teachings were all about living from the end result. Here's what trips most people up. If you are thinking of your desire, thinking of the riches you want, you're actually putting that out in the future, distant from you. What Neville taught is to live from the end, again, embodying and acting as if that health change you want is yours, the money in the bank account is already yours, that relationship you desire already yours, etc. So there's a big difference in thinking of your desire and thinking from your desire. So that's where the law of assumption comes into play. So let me break this down because I want you to be able to use this in your real life. And this teaching and principle works with any condition. It doesn't matter if you want finances, if you want a travel, if you want to experience a home, a car. It does not matter the condition, because if we break down quantum physics, it's all one and the same. We live in an energetic universe. Even Dr. Joe Dispenza was teaching this from a different angle, but it's simply having a clear desire and an elevated emotion, as Neville Goddard teaches, living from the end. So let me explain how I've used this and put this into play in two different scenarios to kind of help you get a better picture. One of them is this. Just over a year ago, I decided, I live in Denver, and the Denver Nuggets were hot, and they ended up winning the championship last year. But in January of last year, I set out a clear intention. I wanted to go to a Denver Nuggets game. Now, let me pause on this real quick. When I am doing these manifesting experiments, and I intentionally call them experiments because then I detach from the outcome. I'm not coming from a needy, lack, scarcity, worried, manic manifesting, trying to make something happen. I think of them as experiments. I like to test and build my own mindset muscle of what's possible, and then I let the universe surprise me. So back to this example, January of last year, I set the clear intention. I want to go to a Denver Nuggets game for free. It was very clear. I wanted to go to that sporting event for free. And then I let go. That's it. That's what I do. It's like placing an order on Amazon. You go to the search bar, you figure out what you want, you place your order, and then you let go. You don't worry and stress who's going to package it, when you're going to get it, and who's going to deliver it, right? You know the what, and you let go. So that's what I did in this sport ticket event. In less than 1 week, and this is what I love about using the law of assumption, acting as if it's already mine, embodying that intention now, because then you decrease that separation, the lack and the scarcity, and you literally become a magnetic force drawing the experience to you. That's why everybody in manifesting tells you the how and the when, never your job. Just know the what. So in less than 1 week, this is what I love. Somebody I had met 6 months prior, hadn't heard from him since, happened to, and I'm putting that in quotes, happened to reach out to me and say, hey, Heather, you've been on my mind. I'm going to the Nuggets game on Tuesday. I have an extra ticket. Do you want to go? And I was like, damn, that was easy. And I ended up going to the game. And that's what I love about these manifesting experiments, putting all of these things into play because you are a co-creator of your reality. Have fun with this. Think of it like a game. Learn the game and then have a whole lot of fun with it. So let me give you another example on how I've used the law of assumption and acting as if something's already mine. I set an intention, and I remember it was December of 2017. I set this clear intention, and this was before I knew about Neville Goddard and all of his teachings. So I want to share with you these manifesting techniques. Honestly, they're innate. And the abundance and everything you seek is already there, but it's us through our limiting beliefs, through self-doubt, through worry and impatience that create the limitations. So everything you want is already there. It's just about you aligning to it. So again, law of assumption, December 2017, I set the clear intention. I want to live in Southern California. I live in Colorado. I want to live in Southern California. And I let go because I wanted life to surprise me. And a few weeks later, January of 2018, a friend of mine in San Diego who owned at the time a stand-up paddleboard yoga company reached out to me and said, "Hey, Heather, I'm going to be in Costa Rica all summer. Would you want to come to San Diego and run Stoked Yogi for me?" My mind was blown. Nobody knew I had put this experiment out. Nobody knew that I was intending to create an opportunity to move to San Diego. So I was like, heck yeah, let me figure out moves. That's when I took inspired action. I went to Facebook and simply did a post. Hey, does anybody know anyone in San Diego looking for a roommate? And it was super easy, very simple. A friend connected me to a friend, and I ended up in a sweet scenario. I was literally living on Mission Bay, right outside the sand from the bay, across the street from the ocean. I had my own floor in this 3-story townhome for stupid cheap rent. Like, you can't make this stuff up. So I want you to have fun with this. I want you to be excited. And here's how I want to break down the law of assumption so that you can put this into play and create your own manifesting experiences. Remember, you need to get clear on the what. So if you just say more money and you find a penny on the ground, that's technically more money. You need to be clear. What is that desire? What is the dollar amount? If it's a job, what kind of job? What kind of pay? What's the culture? If it's to live in a new home, what does that home look like? This is where you need to create like a sensory experience in your imagination using your senses, seeing it, feeling it, tasting it, touching it, and make that experience so vivid and so real. That's how the experiences come to you. Remember, the how and the when are never your job. Now, I've used the law of assumption on tons of other things: money, travel experiences, a very specific Nike hot pink gym bag. I have so much fun with this, but I want you to put this into play. So put yourself on your own experiment and start this week. Think of something that you want to have, be, do, or experience. Put yourself in the end result that it's already yours. Who would you be? How would you be feeling? What would that be like? It's embodying that joy, that gratitude, the love, the connection, the empowerment now. And by doing that, you literally raise your vibration, raise your frequency, and then you become an aligned energetic vibration for that experience to come your way. Have fun with this, and then make sure you come back to this because I would love to hear from you. What was your manifesting experience and how did it come your way? Thanks for watching today's video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so you're the first to know when new videos drop, and give me a thumbs up. I'll catch you on the next one.